Welcome back, everybody, and it's time for our second session today. Now, we're joined by Barbour EHS, which provides a simplified, all-in-one solution, bringing you health, safety, and environmental legislation, guidance, and information from over 800 trusted industry sources. Barbour's mental health and wellbeing module delivers advice, guidance and information to assist you every step of the way. It's been developed in partnership with specialist trainers in mental health and provides you with the bespoke tools to foster a culture of positive mental health and well-being. Barbour's expert resources cover a range of topics from creating a business case for well-being to mental health awareness and well-being for line managers, mental health first aid and stress in the workplace. They also provide specific mental health guides covering bipolar, depression, eating disorders, stress, and suicide. After the presentation, I'm going to be joined by Teresa Higgins, Brand Director for Barbour EHS, who is going to be answering all your questions, and I'm really looking forward to that. So if you do have any questions, please get them posted in the top right-hand Q&A box on your screen. We're going to be back really soon. Here you go. Enjoy.
The COVID-19 pandemic has had a major effect on our lives. Many of us are facing unprecedented challenges that can be stressful, overwhelming, and cause strong emotions. These statistics highlight this. 1 in 4 people have a mental health condition, and stress is the most common cause of long-term absence from work. According to Public Health England in 2019, costs from worklessness and sickness absence amounted to approximately £100 billion annually. The HSE used statistics compiled by the Labour Force survey from self-reports of ill health to demonstrate that 1.6 million workers were suffering from work-related ill health, either new or long-standing, in 2019 and 2020. £10.6 billion represented the annual costs of new cases of work-related ill health in 2018 and 2019, excluding long latency illness such as cancer. The HSE estimates that 38.8 million working days were lost due to work-related ill health and non-fatal work-related injuries in 2019 and 2020. These stats alone highlight the importance and value that needs to be placed on mental health and well-being. But who are we, and where do we come into that? Barbour EHS is a simplified all-in-one solution helping you cut through the information overload to get straight to what matters to you. What once started as catalogues delivered by women on bicycles and driving red minis has evolved into the all-in-one solution that we have today. With over 800 trusted industry sources, we have been helping organisations save time, reduce costs and remain compliant for over 60 years, keeping the same goal in mind. We provide a huge range of publications, and as part of our library, we provide a mental health and well-being module. This provides advice, guidance, and information to assist you in supporting your employees' well-being and mental health by implementing strategic well-being programs. This includes up-to-date reports, standards, legislation, and guidance, all in one place. Some of the key features are relevant legislation from health and safety and HR, expert guidance including the management standards from the HSE, relevant research including official statistics, and high quality case studies from small, medium and large organisations. And some of the key topics covered are creating a business case for well-being, mental health awareness and well-being for line managers, mental health first aid, stress in the workplace, resilience, well-being in the workplace, and mental health guides covering bipolar, depression, eating disorders, stress, and suicide. How can we help you?
Hi, I'm Teresa Higgins. I'm the Brand Director for Barbour EHS. I'm going to give you a quick overview of our Barbour Mental Health and Wellbeing Service. So who are Barbour? We've been around for over 60 years. We're the market leaders in providing health and safety, environment, estates and facilities, fire, deal with thousands of people. If you haven't heard of us before, where have you been? So why have we put together a mental health and wellbeing library? Well, our clients have had a big push recently on mental health and wellbeing, long before COVID, but COVID has enhanced and enforced the importance of mental health and wellbeing. So our clients said, look, there's an awful lot of information out on the internet. Can you make sense of it? Can you help us save time searching? Give us some authoritative information in one place. Can you write some resources? Can you just save us a bit of time and effort and do what you've done best on health and safety and environment for the last 60 years? So that's what we've done. We've pulled together a service that pulls legislation, HSE information, but also things like Mind, ACAS, CIPD, Public Health England. There's a whole range of some really good publishers out there. It's just knowing that they're out there. So what our job is to present you with the right information for the right job. So our comprehensive library is second to none. There is nobody else really that pulls together a whole range of actual publishers, the whole document in one place. The other side to our service is trying to give clients some helpful how-to guides and fact sheets and directors' briefings, all editable, just to save you time putting together information to send out to the workforce. You've now written your business case, you're getting a wellbeing program in place, you could be halfway through the journey of really getting mental health and wellbeing culture established, but you need ongoing support. You need to get information out to your employees. You don't want it to go down the ladder of importance when we get over COVID and get back to normality. So what we've got here is a whole range of editable tools that you can use, you can pick up if you want to enhance your model policies, if you want to use some risk assessments. Any of this you can pick up, either the whole document, rebrand it, little bits, make it your own and send it out to the business. So I'll show you what those look like in a second. So I'm going to start off with the heart of the library, the main area, which is the search bar, which is bringing together all those lovely publishers under one roof. I'm going to choose a topic that's close to our hearts at the moment, working from home, and how well we've adapted to it, but how do we support our employees working from home. So imagine if you're putting work at home search in the internet, you might just home in on HSE, which writes some great stuff, but you might be missing out on a whole range of mental health first aid England support, British Safety Council support. We've written some Barbour guides, which I'll go back to in a second. So by using our list here, by putting in that search into our service, we will pull different publishers, all authoritative. Now I think that's the most important thing, is that with the internet there's an awful lot of opinion-based information out there which might not be the best information to use. There might be an awful lot of out-of-date information. So we will hold only up-to-date, reputable, authoritative publishers and information in our service. So you can be safe in the knowledge that we will support you and it's not incorrect information. So you can either whiz through the list and have a little look at what comes up, and that's quite nice, interesting information, or you can use our filters. So the more filters you put in, the less information you'll get out, and different people will attack it in different ways. So we've tried to address all the different ways you might want to look for information. You can drill down by publisher. So if there's a particular publisher, you can click in and just pull together from, again, working from home, that information from that publisher. You can drill down by types. Case law's fantastic. Very difficult to find on the internet. So by 3 clicks, put your topic in, click on case law, the relevant case will come up at the touch of a button. You can also search by guidance or just by legislation or standards. We do have modules that will give you the British standards. So if you are looking at 45,003 that's coming up, any of the accreditations, even just your DSE British standard, they are here. And if you're buying them, it might be a more cost-effective way of getting them. So again, talk to the team about standards. If you just want legislation for this example, click update and we'll just pull together the legislation for that particular topic so you can very quickly whiz through. Now, an added benefit for a lot of my clients that work in more than one region, you can then filter by Southern Ireland, Northern Ireland, for this particular example, England and Scotland. We also cover Wales, all of your European documents, so it might be that you're still having to deal with the European Commission. We will cover those as well, so it just saves you time trying to keep up to date with updates in all the different regions, which has been a nightmare with COVID. So again, our clients quite like that facility. So that was working from home, and that was the document library. Obviously, we can put in something like anxiety, and that will pull up different information, again very quickly, from different publishers. But again, the most important thing is all factual, all authoritative, all in one place. And if you want to have a little look at information, as I said earlier, the information is actually held in the service, it's not linking out. So if we wanted to download that particular document, we can download it, have a little look. That's actually quite a nice little poster we might want to put up or use. If it wasn't what you wanted, you haven't wasted hours of time looking on the internet, you look for another one. Employers and loneliness, again, let's have a little look. What does that give us? Quick overview. Might be quite a nice little document, but just what you wanted. If it is what you wanted and you want to stay on top of the updates, we now have folders. So we could save all our legislation, we can save guidance, we can save it by topic. This is your area. Create the folders however you want to create the folders. But the beauty of this is if you're saving it, we will send you an update, an email alert as soon as that document's changed. So the great thing about that is you haven't got to keep looking for information. We will come and find you on an update, and you can share that information with colleagues. So if you've got HR, an occupational health department, facilities, the whole business can benefit from everybody singing off the same song sheet. The folder section is fantastic. That was starting from the document library, the heart of the service, making it your own bespoke areas and receiving individual updates. Another way people quite like to address is by topics. So these are our most popular topics, but if we just want to drill down, we've actually put together 3 different topics, one for mental health, one for mental health conditions, and one for wellbeing. So depending where you are on the journey, if you're starting off creating a business case, it's amazing because we pull together all the key documents that we've used to write these resources. So that's quite a nice way of getting to lists of useful publishers, linked together with the legislation. So if you're putting together a legal register, it might be that you just want to have a little look here and make sure that you haven't missed anything and slot fill. And again, don't forget you can save. Let's find a piece of legislation. Let's save, put it in our legislation folder, copy it in. That will be now kept up to date for you. So that's quite a nice little list of just getting to good information quickly by topic. But we've read all that information now, and we give you a range of resources. So our technical guides are really detailed. They'll break down the business case. It might be that you want to copy and paste that, make it your own, send that out to the board, or incorporate it into something that you're writing. The legal case, thriving at work, case studies. So all this particular guide is doing is breaking down the legalese requirements into bite-sized, easy to understand information that you can use, repurpose, and help support the business. Just saves you a bit of editorial time. Directors' briefings, again, is getting the right message out to the right person. So this particular topic has got a nice piece of information for your managers or directors. Why have you got to do it? Why is it important to the business? So the ROI for the director's briefing is a bit of case law, a bit of case studies. Why should the business change the process? Why should the business throw some more money at it? Different topics will have different resources behind it. So something like, as we looked at earlier, homeworking, it might be that it isn't just for the directors, you need to get employees buy-in as well. So again, the same sort of format, the same list of helpful resources that we've read. We'll pull you to the right publisher. Again, you can download it. Our technical guide will pull all that information together. So what are my legal requirements, key actions, and linking to the legislation. So straight away, if you want to bookmark it, you want to keep that piece of legislation in your updated legislation list, whether it's saved centrally, wherever, you can click in, download it, save it. And any lists that you save in our service can be exported to show auditors. So if you have a legal register saved centrally somewhere, you just want to use us for updates, it can all be exported into an Excel spreadsheet, so we do the hard work for you. I haven't got time to show you today, but if you want to know more about that, please talk to one of my team. Again, we have directors' briefings, and we'll pull in other areas that might be useful. Now we have employee fact sheets, so the most important thing is to get the right message to the right person. So the business might need to know the cost, what it's going to cost them, why they've got to spend more money, why they've got to change a process. But the employee fact sheets, after you've had your wellbeing program, you've educated, you've done your mental health first aid possibly, now you want to keep mental health and wellbeing at the forefront. You don't want to let it disappear down the rabbit hole of everything else coming ahead of it. Use these, copy and paste it, use them as a quick fact sheet to quickly every month, perhaps a topic of the month. A lot of my clients want to do a topic of the month. Use them, send them around the business. You don't want to overwhelm them, but it's quite a nice, quick, easy way of getting information to change culture and behaviour. Got model policies, we've got forms and checklists. There's a whole range of information you can use very quickly to get yourself up to speed and get the business supported. And the last piece of information is news. If you want to do a newsletter, if you want to keep up to date, I would imagine you are inundated with emails. We consolidate all the information that you're getting and we'll put them into one email, which you can again repurpose. You can whiz through here, see if anything's useful. Here we've got prosecutions. If anything's useful, copy and paste it, make it your own. Why don't you send out a newsletter? I know so many of my clients want to do a newsletter, just haven't got the time to do it. So if I can save you that writing time, that rebranding, sending out a newsletter, getting the right message to the right person, I'm happy. Hopefully saving you half an hour a week will be invaluable to you and the business. So I'm not going to bore you with any more information. Hopefully it's just given you that quick insight into where and how we're supporting clients, why so many people use us. And please, if you want to have a look for yourself, give us a shout, come and see us. It won't cost anything to have a quick look. My team are always happy to help. Good luck with everything. Lovely to catch up. Speak to you soon.
If you wish to contact us, you can do so on the email below, give us a call, or visit our website using the link included.
Welcome back, everybody. We hope you're enjoying the talks this morning. Apologies for me having my video off. I'm having a slight problem with my Wi-Fi this morning, but we're going to just crack on with audio. Now, don't forget, get your questions posted in the tab on the right-hand corner. It'd be fantastic to hear all your questions. And I'm really, really pleased to be joined by Teresa. It's great to see you this morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. All the better for having some sun. So thank you, Jo.
Oh, I know, it really is glorious. So we've got loads of questions coming in now. So have you seen an increase in take-up of the wellbeing services during the pandemic?
Absolutely. It's a huge topic. It really has. Safety's always been a big topic, but mental health and wellbeing in the last few years was growing, and which is why we put the new module together. Because we couldn't find an awful lot of information out there. But since COVID, I think it's a really, really big issue, and lots of people just want to sort the best way of doing things and different ways to approach it. So yeah, fingers crossed, we're writing lots of good stuff, really just working with our clients just to make sure that we support with the right information as it changes.
It's massively brought it to the forefront, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Yes, it has. It's so important, and there isn't one size fits all. So it's learning different things work for different people, and it's communication, and just understanding and taking time. I think first and foremost, wanting to understand how somebody's feeling and what they're up to. So yeah, and I don't think it's definitely not going to go away. Definitely a growing topic.
So is the new ISO 45003 standard information included within the platform?
Yeah, it's really interesting. We had a webinar a while back, about months ago, with Kate Field from BSI, who was really, really informative on how the new standard was going to work and what it was trying to achieve. So that was really good. And the draft standard's been in our service since it was obviously in draft stage, and we're following it through. So as it goes to the next process, we'll put that standard in. With British standards, you have an option whether you want them or not, because they are quite expensive. So, you know, we work with clients to make sure that we cover all the areas that they want to cover. What we're also doing, because of 45,003, we're going to write a whole like a gap analysis, so that will try and lead people through to implementing it, because the standard and reading it's one thing, it's how do we then put it into our business. So the editorial team at the moment are looking at, can we do a gap analysis, the same sort of thing that we have for 45,014. So that would be quite nice. And things like technical guides, how-to guides, directors' briefings, employee fact sheets, some toolbox talks, I think we're right around it. So there'll be a whole wealth of resources to try and help clients get to grips with it and implement it into the business.
How early do you notify customers of a new or maybe amended legislation?
It's really a draft stage, as I say. So if it comes across from Europe, it will be through European, you know, if people are still getting involved with Europe. So it used to be sort of the regulations, the regular resolutions, the conducts, things like that. Then as they come across, we'll put them in draft stage or consultation stage. And then obviously as it goes through the processes, we will follow it right the way through. So it's quite nice. A lot of my clients will they bookmark it at draft stage. So as and when it does change, we'll then send an email alert so people know that it's actually going through whether it's House of Commons. At the moment, the fire safety bill, you know, when that came out, we'll notify people straight away. So it's quite nice. We'll try and keep you on top of exactly the stage that it's at.
Gosh, there's a lot to think about all the time, isn't there? And to make sure that you communicate constantly.
It's
I mean, it sounds like you're doing a fantastic job. So
thank you.
I mean, how often do you update the content, for instance?
We update it daily. So a lot of people say that legislation doesn't change very often, but in between the legislation, you'll have commencement orders, you'll have guidance, you'll have trade associations that are writing guidance on how to do it. So we do a daily update, and we'll try and have we've got a latest documents tab that people can filter. And then we'll try and consolidate it weekly on a weekly briefing, like a weekly news roundup. So there's lots of different ways of trying to drip feed information to people. We're trying to keep it in bite-sized chunks though, because once every 6 months or once every quarter, you know, you're going to miss stuff and it's too much to deal with in one go.
Oh, bite size is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. We get far too many emails, so we try not to bombard people with hundreds and hundreds of pieces of information in an email.
You do absolutely right. Now, I know that you guys are more than just the mental health and wellbeing product. Can I mix and match them if I come to you?
Yeah, we have a team that work with our clients to try and get the Lego pieces that they want. Health and safety has always been around. Health and safety does touch obviously on mental health and wellbeing because it's always been occupational health, things like stress, working hours. So you can have health. You have an environmental library that specialises in environment, facilities and estates, obviously property, people need different information. So for my estates and property managers, they can have an information that's bespoke to them. Fire and security, obviously with the new fire safety bill going through, we have a specialist fire module. So that's really nice at the moment with case law and legislation and guidance tools that are helping our clients through that process. We're also looking at with the new building safety manager role that's coming up, we're going to look at a range of resources and what that looks like to try and support that new role. And British standards, as we said earlier, you know, some people want British standards, some people want to have access but don't need lots. So there's lots of different options. So yeah, mix and match is probably the best way forward.
Fantastic. So is there a support in other languages?
Sorry, I missed that, dipped out.
Is there support in other languages?
We have on the International Library, we have a lot of information like French in its native tongue. So there'll be the French information. We try and put it in English where we can, because a lot of our clients just want a quick English summary. But if we can't find it in English, like the labour codes in France, you will have the French version with an English summary. So it's, again, we're adding more and more local language legislation in there, because more of my team, more of my clients have people that work abroad, or have sites abroad. But typically English first, and then if we can't find it, we'll put it in native tongue.
Yeah, we truly are international business now, aren't we? So
absolutely.
Why would I need, for instance, the service when I can maybe get everything free on the internet?
We will pull it all together. So the internet has got lots and lots of good information, but it's not a controlled database. So you really have to know what you want, which is the best organisation to use. A lot of my clients will go into things like HSE or .gov, which is super, but sometimes there might be other organisations, trade associations, that will write shorter, sharper, more helpful guidance. But you haven't got the time to look, and you don't know what you don't know. You don't know that perhaps the MOD have written a great driving at work document. So what we do is we become your expert. We will try and give you the right document for the right topic. So if you put in something like, I don't know, waste, you'll have things like Environment Agency documents, DEFRA documents, there might be carbon trust documents, there'll be legislation. So it's all the things that are on the internet, but you don't know to find them because you don't know that they're there, if that makes sense. And the updates, the internet's super, but it doesn't update itself. It doesn't automatically come and find you. So you just have to check that it is correct and up to date. So we become your librarian, if that makes sense, the one place to get information quickly.
I suppose like a one-stop trusted stop, because you've got to also bear in mind that the internet isn't always essentially correct with everything that they're and the checks that they do. You know, you've got to be very careful along that line as well, haven't you?
Yeah, and there's a lot of opinion-based information on the internet, which might not be correct. You might not.
I'm really sorry. Can you hear me, Teresa?
I can. Yes. Hello, hello. 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 So if you can still hear me, we will put together all the information in one place. It's factual. So sometimes on the internet it's opinion based, not factual. So we only use factual authoritative organisations, and we also write things like quick guides, quick synopsis of the legislation to save people reading. So that's kind of why it's different to the internet. Hello, hello.
Hey, Teresa, have you got me loud and clear?
I have indeed. There you are. I did answer the question on opinion-based, and it's factual publishers that we use.
Oh, well done, and thank you so much. And I was actually saying that it's really important. I was just saying it's really important to be able to make sure that you get trusted place to go to be able to get your information as well. But that's all we've actually got time for today. So thank you, Teresa, so much. Thank you to Barbour EHS as well. You can book a meeting from their exhibitor booth if you want more information. Thank you to you all for your questions. We're going to be back at 11:30 with another product demo from British Red Cross. Sorry about the internet problems, but we hope you got all that, and we're looking forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks, Jo. Take care.